Howdy, folks. This is Alan in today's news. And what I got for you there is Walmart reportedly investigated the manager who carried out the recent deadly shooting in Virginia 2 years before the attack following worker complaints. Walmart executives investigated manager Andre Bing 2 years before he carried out a mass shooting, according to WSJ, whoever WSJ is. I know this news comes from Business Insider. Walmart is facing 2 lawsuits from Chesapeake, Virginia employees who alleged that management has been warned about Bing. Managers don't listen anyway. Walmart employees told insiders that the company's active shooter training was inadequate and outdated. Yeah, every time there's a shooting, they have this active shooting thing, which is boring. Walmart executives reportedly looked into reports of disturbing behavior from Chesapeake, Virginia store manager Andre Bing years before he carried out a recent mass shooting that left 6 dead before Bing killed himself. The Wall Street Journal reported that regional corporate executives investigated workplace complaints about Bing in 2020, including claims that he could be unkind and engage in threatening behavior, citing former and current employees. Workers were reportedly interviewed about Bing for the investigation. Let me see what this says here.
Walmart claims the Chesapeake mass shooter had a pattern of disturbing, bizarre, and threatening behavior leading up to the moment he pulled a gun and killed 6 store employees. The lawsuit says the shooter was known to have violent tendencies and made threats toward employees. Tim Anderson, an attorney in Virginia Beach, tells 10 on Your Side lawsuits like this are rare and are often unfounded due to lack of causal evidence.
You've got to hurdle this big Grand Canyon of getting Walmart on the hook of knowing that this person had such a temperament that this would have been reasonably foreseeable. Most of these cases fail because that leap is very, very big.
Anderson says even if more employees sue the company, it will have no effect unless the plaintiffs can prove Walmart knew the shooter was a liability and continued to employ him.
It's all going to boil down to what Walmart knew. If Walmart knew nothing, if there was no indication of violence by this guy, what this guy did at Walmart is not Walmart's fault. Generally speaking, employers are not responsible for the intentional acts of their employees.
If evidence proves Walmart was negligent, Anderson is certain changes in corporate policy will be made.
Good corporate policy always comes out of bad lawsuits. The hot coffee at McDonald's is a situation where there was a very bad lawsuit. They served a super hot cup of coffee with a lid that wasn't on there, and it really hurt the person when they spilled it. Now they don't serve coffee so hot, right? So there's lawnmowers, and there's signs on your lawnmower that says don't stick your hand in here where the blade is.
Now, we reached out to Morgan & Morgan, the law firm behind the suits, multiple times for comment. We haven't heard back. You can read details from both lawsuits on wavy.com.
Yeah, I think Walmart is responsible because the employees warned the manager and the corporate executive. It's Walmart's fault because, they don't listen to their employees. They'll just go in one ear and out the other ear. Anyway, if you want to read more about this, it'll be down in the description box. Let's see what else we got here. Investigators cleanup crews began scouring oil pipeline spill in Kansas. Wonder is that all right there? It doesn't say. That might be a lake of oil there. I mean, a creek of oil. Washington. This is from Washington. See, this is from Reuters out of Washington. Emergency crew on Friday were preparing to labor through the weekend to clean up the largest U.S. crude oil spill in nearly a decade, with workers descending on this farming community from as far away as Mississippi. A heavy odor of oil hung in the air, according to a Reuters witness. A tractor, trailers, ferried generators, lighting, and ground mats to a muddy site. Federal investigators were at the scene trying to help determine the cause of the leak of some 14,000 barrels of oil from Western Canada, an official said. Pipeline operator TC Energy on Friday said it was evaluating plans to restart the pipeline, which carries 622,000 barrels of oil per day to U.S. refineries and export hubs. It did not provide details on the breach or when a restart could begin. The outage could affect oil inventories at the Cushing, Oklahoma, storage hub, and cut crude supplies to refinery centers in the U.S., central U.S. and Gulf Coast. We're beginning to get a better sense of the cleanup efforts. It will need to be undertaken in the long term, said Kellen Ashford, spokesperson for the EPA Region 7, which includes Kansas. Okay, like always, you can read the rest of it in the description box. I'm trying to get much news to you as possible. That's why I don't want to read the whole thing anymore. Britain's jobless crisis fueled by benefits anomaly that encouraged people to work just 2 days a week. Britain's worklessness crisis is being fueled by a benefit system and anomaly that encourages people to work just 2 days a week. It can be disclosed. The Telegraph see, this is from the Telegraph. The Telegraph understands there is a deep concern inside the Treasury that the current system allows claimants to unlock thousands of pounds in extra benefits if they earn as little as €658 euros a month. And an anomaly is the welfare programs means someone living on universal credit could receive a total income of nearly 45,000 euros a year for doing the equivalent of 2 days' work in a low-paid job. To take home the same amount after tax, someone not on benefits would have to earn nearly 62,000 euros a year. MPs have raised concern with Jerry Hunt, the Chancellor, and it's understood that Treasury officials are looking at closing the issue identified by the Telegraph. One cabinet minister said, "We were aware of the issue and it is a matter of concern. We are determined to address the workless program and closing this loophole in a top priority." The Telegraph has also been messages on online forums where benefits claimants are advising each other to work no more than 2 days a week. One person wrote, "I normally work 16 hours a week. but did 32 hours a week for a month. I won't do it again. Yeah, when I used to work 14, 16 hours a week. A day, 14, 16 hours a day. Anyway, you can read the rest of this in the description box. Electric heat versus gas heat, which is cheaper? With energy bills on the rise, comparing the cost of electric heat versus gas heat can be an important decision for homeowners looking to save money. Colder winter, wet weather, and a global energy shock are causing concerns for residential heating customers. The U.S. Department of Energy projects that this winter heating bills will jump 28% for natural gas, 27% for heating oil, 10% for electricity, and 5% for propane. If the most people you're keen to know how to cut energy costs, is there a difference between electric heat and gas heat, where homeowners are bills are concerned? Electric heat costs to run. According to U.S. Energy Information Administration, the average cost of electricity in the U.S. is 16.32 cents per kilowatt hour. The EIA projects that electric costs, heating costs for the U.S. homeowners will average $1,359 for winter 2022 to 2023, a 10% increase from last winter. In terms of U.S. regional differences, electric heating costs will average $1,400 to $1,700 in all regions but the South. They will run at approximately $1,250. The Efficiency Main Trust provides a following cost breakdown for electric heating costs. Let's see what we got here. We got electric 0.23 geothermal heat pump, $1,681, and here's electric. They're all 23 costs per unit. Heat pump ductless, $297. Heat pump duct, $2,871. Electric baseboard, $6,202. Electric baseboards cost more. Anyway, you can read the rest of this in the description box. See what else we got here before my voice goes out on me. Okay, this is from Axo Edit. Lawyer claims that a cop asking how fast you were going is a trick question. Nothing turns your day sour quite like getting pulled over by a police officer. It's even worse when you're unsure of what you did wrong, and even if you do know why you were singled out, the best bet is to keep mum. Lawyer Mike Mandel posted a TikTok playing out the situation, explaining exactly what you should do and why you should do it. If you're prone to spending or know your luck is going to run out one of these days, this video is for you. Yeah, I don't see a video. Anyway. Mandel said your best option in this situation is to play dumb. Tell the police officer you believe you were going the speed limit. This way you're not confessing to anything, but you're also not denying. The only real way you can get in trouble if the police officer can prove you were speeding in court. Never ever admit to anything, because anything you say can be used against you, Mandel said, and it can. Never volunteer information to the police. Never, ever. Some viewers shared their own experience in the comment section. This got me out of a bogus speeding ticket. Yes, I was only going 45 and a 35 because I thought it sounded better than the 55 I was actually going. Unfortunately, when I'm hitting 110 on the highway, saying I believed I was going the speed limit would make me look drunk, high. Other commuters said that this seems like too much work and it will be easier to just take the L and pay the ticket. I don't know what I mean by that. But for those who are petty and want to save every cent, this is some solid advice. And that's all on that one. NATO scrambled fighter jets to intercept Russian planes. Let's see. Is this playable?
Well, we've all just in the press corps a short time ago received a statement from NATO's Allied Air Command that was a bit surprising. They said that since Tuesday, they have had to scramble fighter jets multiple times, both over the Baltic and the Black Sea region, because of unidentified aircraft approaching. Now, these unidentified aircraft, they say, are Russians, and the typical Russian aircraft profile is to not announce themselves, not to signal with any transponders, just to fly with no flight plan. And what NATO says, and I want to get it exactly right for everybody, that since Tuesday they've scrambled fighter jets from Poland, Denmark, France, Spain, Romania, and the UK, both over the Baltic and the Black Sea, when these Russian aircraft have approached. There's no indication at this point any U.S. aircraft scrambled, and no indication that the Russians entered NATO or Allied airspace. But it's worth pointing out that we have not seen these kinds of flight paths for some weeks. We've asked NATO about it frequently, and they say they had not seen the Russians really.
Okay, if you want to hear the rest of this, the link will be in the description box below. And tensions are going to get high, and it's going to get higher and higher. Amazon thanked my driver program that tipped $5 max out after one day. Amazon's Alexa thanked my driver promotion came to an end just one day after being launched, and after 1 million thank yous were received. On December 7th, the e-commerce site kicked off its promotion, which offered customers a new way to thank delivery drivers for their service during the hectic holiday season. Throughout the Alexa Thank My Driver program, Amazon customers were encouraged to use Amazon driver devices such as the Echo or Alexa app on smartphone to thank delivery drivers for recent deliveries by saying, "Alexa, thank my driver." For the first 1 million thank yous received, drivers were able to receive an additional $5 tip at no cost to customers, according to Amazon. The five drivers who received the most thank yous during the promotion period are to be awarded $10,000 and additional $10,000 to their charity of choice. Delivery drivers work hard every day delivering for customers, and we want to show them our sincere appreciation and connect them with the customers they serve. Amazon said in a statement about the end of the promotion, as of December 8, we have received more than 1 million thank yous, concluding the promotion offering $5 per thank you to eligible drivers. you can still share your appreciation by saying, Alexa, thank my driver. We are thankful for the enthusiastic response. Yeah, I can read about the rest of this. It said, anyway, what bothers me, it says, to eligible drivers. Who are the eligible drivers? That's the question. Maybe not the contract drivers, but the Amazon drivers themselves if they got them. Okay, this is going to be, see. No, one more to go after this. Texas cop fired after giving woman a feces sandwich has new job as a cop in another town. Disturbing. It's a story. Who's this from? This is from Level, whoever they are. It's a story as old as time. A police officer does something very, very bad, resign or get fired. Then in no time, they're back on the streets with a badge and a gun, just a few towns over. One of the latest and most disturbing examples of this phenomenon is a curious case of Matthew Luckhurst, a former bike patrol cop in Charles Barkley's favorite city, San Antonio, Texas. In 2016, he gave an unhoused person a sandwich with feces in it, and after a long, arduous process, he was fired. Now he's employed by the Floresville Police Department. See, you can't trust the cops. You know, they'll come out of the woodwork like cockroaches. In what world does it make any sense that a man who would give a sandwich filled with, okay, you know what, poop, I'll say that, to a stranger and fight the consequences of these actions fit to protect and serve? One of the wilder aspects of Luckhurst's case is that he technically don't lose his job because he gave an unhoused woman that disgusting sandwich, but was indefinitely suspended for a separate incident involving fecal matter. Just a month after that occurred, Luckhurst went inside the SAPD's bike patrol office, woman's restroom, defecated, and spread a brown substance on the toilet seat. In other words, given the appearance of there was feces on the seat. Disturbing. So you can be a cop, do something bad, you know, and go to another town, get another job, being a cop. Anyway, you can read more about this in my description box. And this is the last one I'm going to read here. Man sells Tesla has locked out because it's ultimately cheaper than dealing with it. Owning a Tesla is great until the battery dies and you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to replace it. One man found himself in this predicament, and on top of it, he was locked out of his car. He did find an unconventional solution to the problem, though he's not happy about it. Canadian Tesla owner decided that instead of spending the fortune it would cost to fix his Tesla, he would spend $30 to try it and sell it. This article is from Axel Edit. Zelaya said that 2013 and 2014 Tesla has many issues with the AC leaking onto the battery. He even got Transport Canada to do an investigation on his car. On top of that, Zelia, I know I'm not saying that name correctly, said that Tesla is canceling under Uber credits for another owner with similar issue who took their car in to get fixed. He believes it's because the owner was asking questions. The problem with Tesla is they trick you into thinking you actually own the car when in reality it owns you. He said, you will never convince me that owning a Tesla that someone else can control it a good idea. A mint 2005 Honda Civic would still have been running. Just saying. He said he wants Tesla owners to be wary when they take their cars in to get a service because, according to him, servicers have no incentive to check the batteries. In fact, he said that it's best just to stay away and from buying Teslas. Hey, you heard that, Biden? No Teslas. He said also shared that he has a buyer lined up who wants to take the Tesla off his hands for $19,000. After this, he said he will never buy from Tesla ever again. Well, Biden can stick that in his pocket and enjoy sitting on it. Anyway, that's what I got for you right now. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and have a good day. Until next time.